What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to Breaking News. EIDL progress and major warning. It is Tuesday, August the 16th, 2022. Please do me each favor. Give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and go visit us over, that was a burp, trysmallbiz.com. We don't edit around here. So if you're new, welcome, trysmallbiz.com, where you can advertise your company for free. Or for just $1 a day, I'll put you on the homepage more than 150 times every 24 hours. That is trysmallbiz.com. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I must confess right out of the gate that I am a tad cranky and super duper tired because I didn't get much sleep last night, and I've had to deal with some idiots in the past 24 to 48 hours. So I'd ask you to please cut me some slack and watch this video to the end and hold back on the comments, because as you may have seen last night on Twitter, I joked about the fact that I never had kids, but God said, here's EIDL. So it's like, Dad, are we there yet? Dad, are we there yet? Dad, are we there yet? Son, didn't I just answer that? Dad, are we there yet? Dad, are we there yet? So that's what I've been doing, along with a great speak and see and writer over at Skip for the last 2+ years, is answering the same questions over and over and over again, because most people don't listen. They can't sit through 10 or 15 minute videos, so I'll answer what it is that they keep asking me over and over. So if you'll give me the next 10 or 15 minutes, I'm going to tell you why and how your senator can help you get your EIDL loan increase, why the new customer service 833 toll-free number at the SBA, option number 2, most likely has to do with obligated files, of which there's 125,000, and anyone who had their money bounced back from your bank to the SBA. And if you stick around to the end, I might tell you why the latest squeeze in the stock market is a tad dangerous. So ladies and gentlemen, pull up a chair, grab a cup of coffee, ice cold beer, glass of wine, whiskey on a big rock. Here we go. As a matter of fact, I'm so tired. I'm not I'm not sure if I already did the pull up a chair, grab a cup of coffee, ice cold beer. So if I did it twice, that's got to be a first in over 400 and some odd videos. That's an example of how tired I am. But let's cut right to the chase, ladies and gentlemen. If you're qualified, you're legit, you got a decent credit score, you got a 45060 or an approved amended return, you're going to get your money. Let me say that again. You're going to get your money. The senators, as of late Friday night, and if you follow me on Twitter, you know I've been hammering Miss Guzman to make a public announcement. My theory as to why she hasn't, she's not prepared, or she doesn't want an avalanche of 500,000 people or more, some going back 2 years saying, I'll take some money. So she's waiting for the squeaky wheel that wants to get some oil to come forward, or she's waiting for the senators to get off their fucking ass and reach out to you like Hickenlooper did late on Friday night at 9:22 p.m. But let me summarize what is obviously clear as mud based on some of the comments you guys gave me last night. You can now reach out to your senators. You've got 2 of them, and say, hey, I need help with my EIDL loan increase. But before, as the title says, you make a huge mistake, you need to call them first. So here's what you say, in your own words, of course. Hi, I need to speak to the constituent advocate. And if it's not that, it's the small business advocate in your office that handles the EIDL loan increase. In Hickenlooper's office, and there's been several others I've seen in the last few days, it's constituent, which is you, advocate. If it's not that, as I've said for over a year, it's the small business advocate. Before you send, and this is so important, so fucking listen to what I'm telling you. Before you send this email over, because you got one more chance, ladies and gentlemen. Part of what our threat was in respect to the massive class action lawsuit that we will bring if necessary, starting on Friday, September the 2nd at midnight, is that they need to give you one more chance with respect to the EIDL loan request. Well, it appears they're doing that. And they've also updated their customer service line, which I'm going to talk about in a second. But before you send the email over, and again, watch yesterday's video, you need to call up the advocate. And when you get them on the phone, this is basically what you're going to say. Hi, I'm in such and such district. I voted for Senator Cruz for the last 4 or 5 times. I think the world of him. But before I send you an email over, in respect to my EIDL loan increase, I need to make sure that you and I are on the same page. And folks, you have a conversation with that advocate. You tell them what the problem, or what the SBA, even on the customer service line now, is calling errors and issues. If you've been declined, you're in reconsideration, whatever the case, you obviously have an error or an issue with the SBA. So before you send over that email, which is basically your last chance, you get that person on the phone and you make sure you're on the same page. I just want you to make sure we're on the same page here, Joe. Constituent advocate. I filed an amended return a year and a half ago. And as you know, the IRS was backed up forever. Well, I'm happy to say that I now have an approved stamped copy from the IRS, so I'm good to go. So in this email that I'm about to send over, Joe, it will outline the fact that I had an amended return, and that's why the SBA declined me. But I will attach that file, and I can't tell you how important it is that I get my EIDL loan increase in the amount of whatever it is. And the amount of whatever it is the classic formula. 2019 gross revenue minus your cost of goods times 2. And then you subtract whatever loan you got in 2020 as the lights go out in Atlanta. That's the amount that you can receive. And then and only then, when Joe says, I get it, you did an amended return, you just got it back. Based on the formula, you're entitled to $687,000. And Jason, you pretty much just told me you're not going to vote for Senator Cruz unless we help you get this loan through. Am I correct? That's absolutely correct, Joe. And then you send it over. And most importantly, and hear me out, some of you are not listening, hear what I'm telling you right now. Until you find out what's unverifiable information, you don't even call the advocate. You must get on the phone with the SBA because, again, this is your last fucking chance. You must call up your loan officer. If they've left or are not responding, I need to speak to a supervisor because I'm in contact with my senator's office as per the directive that went out Friday night. I need to know app number so-and-so, what is unverifiable on my account? Well, Mr. So-and-so, and it may take a supervisor, it may take 15 calls. You may have to get a hold of your loan officer. Do not reach out and email your advocate in your senator's office until you find out what's unverifiable. And when you get the SBA on the phone, and hopefully it's a supervisor, okay, so what you're telling me is I had an amended return and that's what was unverifiable. Or what you're telling me was I spelled the name wrong or I had this, that wrong. That's what you're telling me? That's all that's unverifiable? That's what I'm telling you. So Mr. SBA, if I fix this, in your opinion, I can now proceed to get my EIDL loan increase approved? Absolutely. Then you get a hold by phone, you get on the same page with the constituent advocate, you make sure they understand what your situation is, then you summarize in an email, subject line is SBA EIDL appeal. If it's me, as I said yesterday, I'm going to wait for the rest of the week. Some of you have been waiting a year, 18 months. Wait for the SBA to come out and clarify. Wait for your senators to be prepared or aware of what's going on. Some are, most aren't. But if you jump the gun, that's exactly what you do. Find out what's unverifiable and nail it down with the SBA. Call up the advocate, get on the phone, and make sure they understand what your situation is, your issue or your error. Then it's SBA EIDL appeal. You summarize. It was nice speaking with you, Joe. As we discussed, I had an amended return or whatever your unverifiable is. I now believe that I'm qualified to receive an EIDL loan increase in the amount of such and such. I look forward to your help in resolving this matter. That's it. So don't send the fucking email. I can't believe I have to say this over and over, but you'll see comment. What I do about Don't send the email until you clarify with the SBA what's unverifiable. You have a conversation with the constituent. Then you summarize that conversation. And if it's me, I wait a few days and I call that person back. They're probably not going to answer the phone. But you say on the voicemail, this is after you've sent the email, SBA EIDL appeal. You know for a fact what your error or issue is. You're confident you're now going to get approved. You call them back in 4 or 5 days. Hi, Joe. Jason here over in so-and-so, Texas. I just wanted to make sure that everything went through. And once again, I can't thank you enough for all the support. And if we don't get this EIDL loan increase, I really don't know what it's going to do for me and my family. So I'm counting on you, Joe. Call me back when you have some. Yes, you fucking call him back and you let him know in so many words, your life depends on this loan increase, because in many cases, it does. You guys have a family. Many people ask me, why do you keep answering the same questions over and over and over and over again? You know why? The kids. I had so many stories in the last 2 years of fathers and mothers who were going to lose their third, fourth, fifth generation family business. And it's, Jason, I got kids. I got kids in college. So if you ever wonder why I'm banging my fucking head on the brick wall until the blood comes rolling into my eyes, it's the kids. It's the families that are depending on somebody along with those other two guys to keep pushing forward until everybody gets their money. So folks, I've done my job. You got one more chance to get your EIDL loan increase through. If you call the 833 number, hit 2 after 1 for English, you'll see that it says if you've already got an approved loan or you have an error, an issue. I believe that's their way of saying obligated. So if you think you're among the 125,000, how's that for a transition? 125,000 obligated, AKA what they're calling approved loans, call them up. Hi, I had an approved loan, or what I think is an approved loan. I think I'm obligated. I need you to verify if I am or not. That's new. It was not there a week ago. It also says if you've had an error or an issue with a bounce back or not receiving your funds, it's option number 2. So it's 1 for English. I don't put the numbers below. It's the 833 number. 1 for English. Option number 2 if you think you're obligated or you got a bounce back check issue. Last, before I talk about stocks real quick, and then you can check out if you're not interested in that. People keep asking me, what about the $10,000 EIDL grant? 25% chance. We've got a very fucking partisan environment. Republicans are dead set against everything the Democrats do. And Ben Cardin's bill, which would get 600,000 people, as an example, $10,000 they were promised in the CARES Act, requires 60 votes. So unless they can figure out a way to do it through reconciliation, and Vice President Harris breaks the tie a month or 2 months from now, which I don't think is possible, it's a 25% chance. So you want your grant, you're going to have to call your Congress member and your senators in particular, because that's where the bill's stuck. All right, if you don't give a shit about the stock market, thank you for watching. You can check out now. What the heck is going on? They are searching out every single major shorted stock in the entire market. And I put out a tweet about 30 minutes ago that if you're in BBBY, that stock's gone from 4 and change to 26, get the fuck out of it. Has their business increased 6-fold in the last 2 weeks? No. The machines, the bots, the hedge funds are searching out anything, and that includes BBIG, that's shorted to the max, and they're piling in. But as I'm talking to you right now, BBBY is down to 21. I don't know where it's going to be when it closes in the market, but I think the market's peaking right now. I said it's been overbought for a week to 10 days. It's the biggest bear market rally, 26.5% in decades. The norm is 23. So obviously it looks like the lows are in, but we are way, way, way overbought. And there's part of me based on 30 years of experience that wishes I was 50% cash. But we own GFAI at 29, it's 29.5. It's fine. We own Rev B at 50 cents, it's 48 cents. It's fine, it's very light volume. We own Dave at 63 and change, it's 62.5. It's fine. We own ATNX, by the way, ran to $1.10 last week on takeover rumors. It's back to where it was before they did the secondary for $30 million at 75 cents. So somebody said, here's $30 million, and they're down 42%. We own the stock about where it is right now in the low to mid 50s. So of the 4 stocks, we're doing just fine, flat to down a little. Why did I sell AVCT? Because they pulled a fucking fast one today. They filed their earnings, which are supposed to be at the end of this month, in a 10Q. And they offered up no commentary. And they have not put out a news release since May. So as far as I'm concerned, fuck them. They haven't said a word since May, and then they drop the earnings release, and they don't come out and say, okay, things are tough, because if you look at the numbers, I don't care if it goes to $1, and it may. Welcome to Wally World. We're in a world right now where it doesn't matter about fundamentals. They may run Be Big to $10 a share. Who knows? Right now it's $1.14. Some of you were begging to get out at 70 cents. Oh, if I just get out when it reopens, because it was halted for 2 weeks. Then it reopens and it starts going, and at $1.40, I said, sell the fucker. You just doubled your money. You could always buy it back. Oh, it's going. I heard price projections as high as $200. So I'm telling you guys right now, we have entered a very scary time with respect to the stock market. We've got people that were ready to jump out a window 60 days ago that are just lathered up in FOMO like I haven't seen since the lows of 2009-10 when we were coming out of that bear market. So, Fed minutes tomorrow. Need to expect more of a sell-off. I would like to see at least 3 or 4% come off the major averages. The stocks we own may fade a few more cents. They're not under pressure. They've got major support at or below where their 50-day moving averages are. And who knows? Any one of them. Dave is looking like, to me, it's flexing. Like I said, ATNX has got takeover rumors. It ran to over $1. And that's my cue to say, until next time, in a video that's probably a little too long, always remember, in a rather interesting video, always remember that I love you guys, and thank you so much for watching.